Chicken Tikka Masala, the iconic British curry with Indian roots. Chicken Tikka Masala is one of the world's most beloved dishes, and yet its history is complex, often contested, and steeped in the cross-cultural exchanges between India and the United Kingdom. As a dish that blends Indian spices with British culinary preferences, its story is a testament to the power of migration, colonial history, and cultural adaptation. To understand the origins of Chicken Tikka Masala, it is important to first explore the origins of chicken tikka itself. The word tikka comes from Persian, meaning bits or pieces, and it refers to small chunks of meat that are marinated and roasted. This style of cooking was popularized in India by the Mughal emperors, who ruled much of the Indian subcontinent from the 16th to the 19th century. The Mughals brought Persian and Central Asian culinary traditions with them, which blended with local Indian spices and cooking methods, creating a unique fusion of flavors that became characteristic of Mughal cuisine. Chicken tikka, marinated in yogurt and spices, is one such dish that emerged from this fusion. Cooked in a tandoor, a traditional clay oven, the chicken was seared at high temperatures, giving it a smoky flavor and a tender texture. This preparation, known as tandoori cooking, is still widely used today and forms the foundation of what would eventually become Chicken Tikka Masala. The story of Chicken Tikka Masala truly begins in the post-colonial era, when Indian cuisine started to make its mark on British food culture. After India gained independence from British rule in 1947, many South Asians migrated to the United Kingdom, particularly from regions like Punjab and Bengal. Indian restaurants began to pop up across Britain, especially in London and major cities, serving dishes that introduced British palates to the intense, aromatic flavors of Indian spices. The popularity of Indian food in Britain was also shaped by the long-standing relationship between the two countries during the British Raj, when British colonists were first exposed to Indian cuisine. Indian curries, in particular, became popular with British soldiers and civilians living in India, and they brought a taste for these dishes back to the UK. However, the curries served in Britain at this time were often adapted to suit local tastes, with less spice and more creamy or tomato-based sauces. The exact origins of Chicken Tikka Masala are widely debated, with several competing stories about who invented the dish. One popular legend attributes the creation of Chicken Tikka Masala to a Bangladeshi chef named Ali Ahmed Aslam, who ran a restaurant in Glasgow, Scotland, in the 1970s. According to this story, a customer complained that the chicken tikka he had ordered was too dry, prompting Aslam to create a sauce using canned tomato soup, cream, and spices to accompany the dish. The customer was delighted with the new version, and Chicken Tikka Masala was born. While this story has its champions, others argue that Chicken Tikka Masala emerged organically as a result of Indian chefs in Britain adapting their recipes to cater to British tastes. In this version of the story, chefs noticed that their British patrons preferred dishes with rich, creamy sauces rather than the drier, spicier dishes traditionally served in India. To meet this demand, they began creating milder, creamier curries, and Chicken Tikka Masala was one of the results. Regardless of which version of the story is true, it is clear that Chicken Tikka Masala is a product of cultural fusion, combining elements of Indian and British cuisines. The dish typically consists of marinated chicken pieces cooked in a tandoor and then served in a sauce made from tomatoes, cream, and a blend of spices like garam masala, cumin, coriander, and turmeric. The result is a mildly spiced, creamy curry that has become a favorite not only in the UK but around the world. Chicken Tikka Masala quickly became a staple of Indian restaurants in the UK, and by the 1990s, it was considered a quintessential British dish. In 2001, British Foreign Secretary Robin Cook famously declared Chicken Tikka Masala a true British national dish, emphasizing its role as a symbol of the country's multiculturalism. This declaration sparked some controversy, as purists argued that the dish was too heavily adapted from its Indian roots to be considered authentic Indian cuisine, while others saw it as a celebration of the blending of cultures. The popularity of Chicken Tikka Masala also highlights the broader influence of South Asian cuisine on British food culture. By the early 21st century, going for a curry had become a common British pastime, and Indian restaurants were a fixture of the British culinary landscape. In many ways, Chicken Tikka Masala represents the success of Indian immigrants in introducing their cuisine to a new audience, while also adapting it to meet local preferences. As the British diaspora spread across the globe, so did Chicken Tikka Masala. Today, the dish can be found in Indian restaurants not only in the UK but also in the United States, Canada, Australia, and beyond. It has become one of the most popular Indian dishes worldwide, often appearing on menus alongside other British Indian favourites like chicken korma and lamb vindaloo. In different regions, the recipe for Chicken Tikka Masala has been adapted to suit local tastes. In the United States, for example, the dish is often made with a sweeter, milder sauce, while in India, some chefs have embraced the dish and put their own spin on it, adding more heat or using different proteins like paneer, Indian cottage cheese, or fish. These variations highlight the adaptability of the dish and its ability to evolve while maintaining its core appeal. One of the most interesting aspects of Chicken Tikka Masala's history is the ongoing debate over its authenticity. Some purists argue that Chicken Tikka Masala is not real Indian food, as it was invented in Britain and is far removed from traditional Indian cooking methods and flavors. Others see it as a prime example of how cuisines can evolve and adapt over time, blending influences from different cultures to create something new and exciting. This debate reflects broader questions about authenticity in food, particularly in the context of migration and globalization. As people move from one part of the world to another, they bring their food traditions with them, but these traditions are often transformed in response to new ingredients, local tastes, and cultural interactions. Chicken Tikka Masala is a perfect illustration of this process, showing how food can be both a product of cultural exchange and a symbol of identity. The history of Chicken Tikka Masala is a fascinating tale of cultural fusion, migration, and adaptation. Born out of the cross-cultural interactions between India and Britain, the dish has become a symbol of both Indian and British culinary traditions, while also evolving into a global favorite. Whether or not it is considered authentic Indian food, Chicken Tikka Masala's enduring popularity speaks to its universal appeal, offering a delicious blend of spices, cream, and tender chicken that transcends borders and brings people together.